In the early 20th century, humanity believed it had conquered the sea. Engineers built a ship so large, so advanced, that many believed it was unsinkable. That ship was RMS Titanic. But on its very first voyage, the impossible happened. And within just a few hours, the greatest ship of its time disappeared beneath the freezing waters of the Atlantic Ocean. The RMS Titanic was built by the company Harland & Wolff for the shipping line White Star Line. At the time, it was the largest passenger ship in the world. The Titanic was a floating city. It had luxurious dining halls, grand staircases, swimming pools, and even a gym. For the wealthy passengers traveling in first class, it was like staying in a five-star hotel at sea. On April 10, 1912, the Titanic began its maiden voyage from Southampton. Its destination was New York City. More than 2,200 passengers and crew members were on board. Among them were some of the richest people in the world, along with hundreds of immigrants hoping to start a new life in America. Everything seemed perfect. But ahead, in the cold waters of the North Atlantic, danger was waiting. Late in the night of April 14, 1912, a lookout spotted something in the distance. An iceberg. The crew tried to turn the ship, but it was too late. The iceberg scraped along the side of the Titanic, damaging multiple compartments. At first, many passengers didn't realize the danger, but below the deck, water was already rushing into the ship. As the situation became clear, panic began to spread. The Titanic had lifeboats, but not enough for everyone. Passengers rushed to the deck as the ship slowly began to sink. The freezing Atlantic waters made survival nearly impossible. Within just a few hours, the mighty RMS Titanic was breaking apart. Then, at around 2:20 a.m., the ship finally disappeared beneath the ocean. More than 1,500 people lost their lives that night. For decades, the wreck of the Titanic remained lost in the depths of the ocean. Then, in 1985, a team led by ocean explorer Robert Ballard finally discovered the ship. The wreck was resting nearly 4,000 meters below the surface of the Atlantic Ocean. Even after more than 70 years, the remains of the Titanic were still hauntingly preserved on the ocean floor. After the disaster, rescue ships arrived in the freezing Atlantic waters. The most famous among them was the RMS Carpathia, which rushed to the scene after receiving the Titanic's distress signals. But by the time it arrived, the great ship had already disappeared beneath the ocean. The Carpathia managed to rescue more than 700 survivors from the icy waters. Meanwhile, the world was left in shock. The tragedy of the RMS Titanic led to major changes in maritime safety. New international rules required ships to carry enough lifeboats for everyone on board and to maintain constant radio communication at sea. The disaster changed ocean travel forever. More than a century later, the story of the Titanic still captures the world's imagination. It was a tragedy, but also a powerful reminder. A reminder that even the greatest achievements of humanity can be humbled by nature. And deep beneath the cold waters of the Atlantic, the RMS Titanic still rests in silence, a frozen moment in history.